Let's get ready for the Texas real estate exam with 100 questions covering state-specific laws, principles, and practices you'll need to know. And don't miss what's happening in the bottom corner. It could be key to your exam prep. We'll tell you how in a minute. Now, let's get started.
Let's begin with Texas real estate laws and regulations. We'll start with an overview of some important Texas real estate statutes. Which entity is responsible for enforcing the Texas Real Estate License Act? Is it A, Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, B, Texas Real Estate Commission, C, Texas Association of Realtors, or D, Texas Board of Real Estate? The answer is B, Texas Real Estate Commission. The Texas Real Estate Commission enforces the Texas Real Estate License Act, which governs the conduct of real estate professionals in Texas. TREC ensures compliance and handles disciplinary actions. What is the primary purpose of the Texas Real Estate License Act? Is it A, to increase real estate sales, B, to promote real estate education, C, to protect the public from unethical practices, or D, to regulate property taxes? The answer is C, to protect the public from unethical practices. The Texas Real Estate License Act aims to protect the public from unethical practices by establishing standards for real estate professionals, ensuring they are qualified and conduct business fairly.
Have you noticed the code in the bottom corner? Next time you're stumped, take that code to birdsy.ai for immediate help and a free study session with Birdsy, your personal AI study partner. Plus, you'll get access to hundreds of additional questions, helping you move closer to passing your exam with confidence. The next time you're feeling unsure or stuck, give it a try.
What must a real estate salesperson in Texas do to legally conduct business? Is it A, be sponsored by a licensed broker, B, join the Texas Association of Realtors, C, complete a real estate degree, or D, obtain a business license? The answer is A, be sponsored by a licensed broker. A real estate salesperson must be sponsored by a licensed broker to legally conduct business in Texas. This ensures oversight and compliance with state regulations. Under the Texas Real Estate License Act, what is the consequence of practicing without a license? Is it A, no consequences, B, a warning letter, C, a temporary suspension, or D, fines and criminal charges? The answer is D, fines and criminal charges. Practicing real estate without a license in Texas is illegal and can result in fines, criminal charges, and civil penalties. This ensures only qualified individuals offer real estate services. Who is authorized to promulgate real estate contract forms in Texas? Is it A, Texas Department of Real Estate, B, Texas State Bar Association, C, Texas Real Estate Commission, or D, Texas Legislative Council? The answer is C, Texas Real Estate Commission. The Texas Real Estate Commission is authorized to promulgate real estate contract forms to ensure standardized and legally compliant transactions across the state. Texas-specific fair housing laws. Under Texas-specific fair housing laws, which of the following is considered a protected class? Is it A, age, B, disability, C, or D, marital status? The answer is B, disability. Texas fair housing laws protect against discrimination based on race, color, national origin, religion, sex, familial status, and disability. Age is not a protected class under these laws. Which Texas agency is responsible for enforcing fair housing laws within the state? Is it A, Texas Real Estate Commission, B, Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, C, Texas Workforce Commission, Civil Rights Division, or D, Texas Attorney General's Office? The answer is C, Texas Workforce Commission, Civil Rights Division. The Texas Workforce Commission, Civil Rights Division, is tasked with enforcing fair housing laws in Texas, ensuring compliance with both state and federal regulations. What is a landlord in Texas prohibited from doing under fair housing laws? Is it A, refusing to rent to a family with children? B, setting a maximum occupancy limit? C, requiring a security deposit? Or D, checking credit history? The answer is A, refusing to rent to a family with children. Landlords in Texas cannot refuse to rent to someone based on race, color, national origin, religion, sex, familial status, or disability, as these are protected classes under fair housing laws. How does Texas fair housing law address discrimination based on sexual orientation? Is it A, it explicitly protects sexual orientation? B, it offers partial protection depending on the city? C, it is fully covered under federal law? Or D, it is not explicitly protected by state law? The answer is D, it is not explicitly protected by state law. Texas state law does not explicitly list sexual orientation as a protected class, but federal protections and local ordinances may provide some coverage against discrimination. What is a reasonable accommodation under Texas fair housing laws? Is it A, lowering rent for disabled tenants? B, allowing a service animal in a no-pet building? C, providing free parking spaces? Or D, offering free maintenance services? The answer is B, allowing a service animal in a no-pet building. A reasonable accommodation is a change in rules or practices that allows a person with a disability equal opportunity to use and enjoy a dwelling as required by fair housing laws. Texas-specific contract requirements. What is a mandatory requirement for a valid real estate contract under Texas law? Is it A, a legal description of the property? B, a notary public's signature? C, a witness signature? Or D, a buyer's credit score? The answer is A, a legal description of the property. In Texas, a real estate contract must include a legal description of the property to be enforceable. This ensures clarity and avoids disputes over the property boundaries. Which party is responsible for ensuring that the earnest money is deposited in Texas real estate transactions? Is it A, the seller? B, the lender? C, the buyer's agent? Or D, the closing attorney? The answer is C, the buyer's agent. In Texas, the buyer's agent is typically responsible for ensuring earnest money is deposited with the escrow agent by the deadline specified in the contract. What is the primary purpose of the Texas Real Estate Commission's promulgated forms? Is it A, to provide legal advice to clients? B, to standardize transactions and protect consumers? C, to expedite the loan approval process? Or D, to reduce the need for real estate attorneys? The answer is B, to standardize transactions and protect consumers. The Texas Real Estate Commission's promulgated forms are designed to standardize transactions, ensuring that all parties understand their rights and obligations, which helps prevent disputes. In Texas, what is the effect of failing to include a termination option in a real estate contract? Is it A, the contract becomes void? B, the seller can terminate at any time? C, the buyer is entitled to a refund of earnest money? Or D, the buyer loses the right to unilaterally terminate? The answer is D, the buyer loses the right to unilaterally terminate. Without a termination option, the buyer may not have the right to unilaterally terminate the contract during the option period, potentially binding them to the purchase regardless of new findings. In Texas real estate transactions, what is the role of the title company regarding contract execution? Is it A, to execute the contract on behalf of the parties? B, to ensure the title is clear and manage the closing? C, to negotiate contract terms between buyer and seller? Or D, To appraise the property value. The answer is B. To ensure the title is clear and manage the closing. The title company in Texas ensures that the title is clear and manages the closing process, but it does not execute the contract, which is the responsibility of the involved parties.
If you're finding this helpful, please take a minute to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more practice exams, useful tips, and complimentary study sessions with Birdsy.
Let's continue with licensing requirements and procedures. Texas licensing requirements and procedures. What is the minimum age requirement to obtain a real estate license in Texas? Is it A, 18 years old, B, 21 years old, C, 16 years old, or D, 20 years old? The answer is A, 18 years old. In Texas, applicants must be at least 18 years old to qualify for a real estate license. This requirement ensures that applicants are legally considered adults and can enter into binding contracts. Which of the following is a requirement for obtaining a Texas real estate salesperson license? Is it A, completion of a high school diploma, B, passing a background check, C, 180 classroom hours of qualifying real estate courses, or D, having a college degree? The answer is C, 180 classroom hours of qualifying real estate courses. To obtain a Texas real estate salesperson license, applicants must complete 180 classroom hours of qualifying real estate courses from an approved provider. What is the validity period of a Texas real estate license once it is issued? Is it A, 1 year, B, 2 years, C, 3 years, or D, 5 years? The answer is B, 2 years. In Texas, a real estate license is valid for 2 years from the date of issuance. License holders must renew their license before expiration to continue practicing. Which of the following is not required to apply for a real estate license in Texas? Is it A, completion of required education, B, passing the licensing exam, C, submitting fingerprints for a background check, or D, being a U.S. citizen? The answer is D, being a U.S. citizen. Being a U.S. citizen is not a requirement. However, applicants must be lawfully eligible to work in the U.S., which can include various visa statuses. Continuing education requirements. What is the minimum number of continuing education hours required for a real estate license renewal in Texas? Is it A, 12 hours, B, 18 hours, C, 24 hours, or D, 30 hours? The answer is B, 18 hours. In Texas, real estate licensees must complete 18 hours of continuing education every 2 years to renew their license. This requirement ensures that professionals remain up to date with industry standards and legal changes. Which of the following courses is mandatory in the continuing education requirements for Texas real estate licensees? Is it A, ethics and business practices, B, marketing and sales techniques, C, legal update 1 and 2, or D, advanced real estate finance? The answer is C, legal update 1 and 2. The legal update 1 and 2 courses are mandatory for Texas licensees, covering recent legislative changes and ethical standards. Each course is 4 hours, contributing to the total 18-hour requirement. How often must Texas real estate licensees complete their continuing education requirements? Is it A, every 2 years, B, annually, C, every 3 years, or D, every 5 years? The answer is A, every 2 years. Texas real estate licensees are required to complete their continuing education every 2 years. This biennial cycle aligns with the license renewal period and helps maintain professional competence. What is the consequence for a Texas real estate licensee who fails to complete their continuing education requirements before renewal? Is it A, a fine is imposed? B, license is automatically renewed? C, license remains active with conditions? Or D, license becomes inactive? The answer is D, license becomes inactive. If a licensee fails to complete their continuing education, their license becomes inactive. They cannot practice real estate until they meet the requirements and reactivate their license. Which of the following is a benefit of completing continuing education for Texas real estate professionals? Is it A, increased license renewal fees? B, enhanced professional competence? C, guaranteed higher sales? Or D, exemption from future renewals? The answer is B, enhanced professional competence. Continuing education helps real estate professionals stay informed about market trends, legal updates, and industry practices, enhancing their competence and service quality to clients.
Stuck on a question? Just think of the Birdsy link in the description as your friendly neighborhood superhero, swooping in to save the day with answers. Feel free to explore it now and return to continue. Simply hit pause, and we'll be waiting when you get back.
Texas-specific exam structure and content. What is the minimum passing score required for the Texas Real Estate Salesperson exam? Is it A, 60%, B, 70%, C, 75%, or D, 80%? The answer is B, 70%. The Texas Real Estate Salesperson exam requires a minimum passing score of 70%. This ensures that candidates have a sufficient understanding of real estate principles and Texas-specific laws. How many questions are on the national portion of the Texas Real Estate Salesperson exam? Is it A, 60, B, 70, C, 80, or D, 90? The answer is C, 80. The national portion consists of 80 questions. It covers general real estate principles that are applicable across the United States. Which of the following is not a subject covered in the Texas-specific portion of the real estate exam? Is it A, Texas Property Code, B, Texas Real Estate License Act, C, or D, federal tax laws? The answer is D, federal tax laws. The Texas-specific portion does not cover federal tax laws. It focuses on state-specific regulations, including Texas Property Code and agency laws. What is the time limit for completing the Texas Real Estate Salesperson exam? Is it A, 240 minutes, B, 180 minutes, C, 300 minutes, or D, 360 minutes? The answer is A, 240 minutes. The exam must be completed within 240 minutes, which is 4 hours. This time frame is divided between the national and state portions. Which of the following is true about the Texas Real Estate Salesperson exam retake policy? Approval. This policy provides flexibility for candidates to succeed. Let's move on to Texas property ownership and land use. Types of property ownership. In Texas, what type of property ownership allows the owner the most comprehensive rights over their property? Is it A, fee simple, B, leasehold, C, joint tenancy, or D, life estate? The answer is A, fee simple. Fee simple ownership is the most complete form of ownership in Texas, granting the owner full control, subject only to government restrictions. It includes the rights to use, sell, lease, or bequeath the property. Which type of ownership involves 2 or more owners with equal shares and includes the right of survivorship in Texas? Is it A, tenancy in common, B, community property, C, joint tenancy, or D, fee simple? The answer is C, joint tenancy. Joint tenancy allows multiple owners to hold equal shares of a property. Upon the death of one owner, their share automatically passes to the surviving owners, bypassing probate. What distinguishes a leasehold estate from a fee simple estate in Texas property law? Is it A, leasehold estates grant ownership rights? B, leasehold estates have a specified duration? C, fee simple estates are limited in duration? Or D, both offer the same rights and privileges? The answer is B, leasehold estates have a specified duration. A leasehold estate grants the right to use and occupy property for a specific term, while fee simple is outright ownership with indefinite duration. Leasehold does not convey ownership, just usage rights. In a tenancy in common arrangement in Texas, what happens to an owner's interest upon their death? Is it A, it automatically transfers to the other owners? B, it is absorbed by the state? C, it becomes null and void? Or D, it passes according to the deceased's will? The answer is D, it passes according to the deceased's will. In tenancy in common, each owner's interest is separate and distinct. Upon death, an owner's share does not pass to other co-owners, but is transferred according to their will or estate plan. What is a key characteristic of community property ownership in Texas? Is it A, it is available to any two people owning property together? B, each spouse owns a 50% interest in property acquired during marriage? C, it allows for survivorship rights, like joint tenancy? Or D, it only applies to property purchased before marriage? The answer is B, each spouse owns a 50% interest in property acquired during marriage. Community property is a form of ownership between spouses where each owns a 50% interest in property acquired during marriage. It contrasts with separate property, which is owned individually. Public versus private land use controls. What is the primary purpose of zoning regulations in Texas? Is it A, to increase property taxes for local governments? B, to regulate land use and maintain community standards? C, to promote industrial development over residential areas? Or D, to ensure all land is used for commercial purposes? The answer is B, to regulate land use and maintain community standards. Zoning regulations are designed to control land use, ensuring orderly development and separating incompatible land uses. This helps maintain property values and ensures community safety and welfare. Which of the following is an example of a private land use control? Is it A, zoning ordinances? B, building codes? C, restrictive covenants? Or D, eminent domain? The answer is C, restrictive covenants. Restrictive covenants are private agreements that dictate certain uses or restrictions on property. They are enforceable by property owners and not by public authorities. How does eminent domain affect property ownership in Texas? Is it A, it allows the government to acquire private property for public use with compensation? B, it restricts property owners from selling their land to private entities? C, it ensures all property is used for residential purposes? Or D, it exempts properties from paying property taxes? The answer is A, it allows the government to acquire private property for public use with compensation. Eminent domain allows the government to acquire private property for public use, such as infrastructure projects, provided the owner receives just compensation for their property. What role do deed restrictions play in Texas property ownership? Is it A, they ensure compliance with state building codes? B, they allow for the unrestricted development of properties? C, they provide tax incentives for property improvements? Or D, they limit the use or development of a property as specified in the deed? The answer is D, they limit the use or development of a property as specified in the deed. Deed restrictions are private agreements that place limitations on property use, often to maintain neighborhood character or property values. They are enforceable by property owners or associations. Which entity typically enforces zoning laws in Texas? Is it A, federal government, B, local municipalities, C, homeowners associations, or D, state government? The answer is B, local municipalities. Local municipalities enforce zoning laws to regulate land use and development within their jurisdictions, ensuring compliance with local planning objectives.
If you're finding this helpful, please take a minute to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more practice exams, useful tips, and complimentary study sessions with Birdsy.
Land use and zoning laws. What is the primary purpose of zoning laws in Texas? Is it A, to increase property taxes, B, to regulate land use and ensure orderly development, C, to allocate state funds for infrastructure, or D, to enforce environmental protection laws? The answer is B, to regulate land use and ensure orderly development. Zoning laws regulate land use to ensure orderly development, separating incompatible uses and promoting community welfare. They control building types, density, and land use to maintain property values. Which of the following is an example of a zoning variance? Is it A, rezoning a residential area to commercial, B, building a home without a permit, C, allowing a taller building than zoning laws permit, or D, converting a single-family home into a duplex? The answer is C, allowing a taller building than zoning laws permit. A zoning variance allows a property owner to use their land in a way that deviates from the local zoning ordinance, typically granted when strict enforcement would cause undue hardship. How do Texas zoning laws impact property development? Is it A, they determine permissible land uses and building types, B, they set property tax rates, C, they dictate homeowner association rules, or D, they establish federal building codes? The answer is A, they determine permissible land uses and building types. Texas zoning laws dictate how land can be used, influencing property development by specifying permissible building types, densities, and uses, thereby shaping the physical and economic landscape of communities. What is a non-conforming use in the context of Texas zoning laws? Is it A, a use that is illegal under current zoning laws, B, a temporary permit for a new development, C, an easement for utility access, or D, a previously allowed use now prohibited by new zoning laws? The answer is D, a previously allowed use now prohibited by new zoning laws. A non-conforming use occurs when a property's existing use does not comply with current zoning laws due to changes in zoning ordinances, allowing the use to continue legally until significant changes occur. Which entity is primarily responsible for enforcing zoning laws in Texas? Is it A, the Texas State Legislature, B, the federal government, C, local municipalities, or D, homeowner associations? The answer is C, local municipalities. Local municipalities, such as city or county governments, are responsible for enforcing zoning laws, ensuring compliance with local zoning ordinances, and addressing any violations or appeals. Condominiums. What is the primary purpose of a homeowners association in a Texas condominium community? Is it A, to manage common areas and enforce community rules, B, to set property tax rates for the community, C, to provide individual property insurance for residents, or D, to represent residents in local government matters? The answer is A, to manage common areas and enforce community rules. An HOA manages common areas, enforces community rules, and collects dues to maintain the property. It ensures the community's upkeep and compliance with regulations. In Texas, what is a common responsibility of a condominium owner regarding their unit? Is it A, maintaining the exterior of the building, B, landscaping common areas, C, maintaining the interior of their unit, or D, enforcing community rules? The answer is C, maintaining the interior of their unit. Condominium owners are typically responsible for maintaining the interior of their units, including repairs and upkeep, as outlined in the condominium declaration. How are voting rights typically allocated in a Texas condominium association? Is it A, 1 vote per household, regardless of unit size? B, based on the proportion of ownership interest? C, equal votes for all owners, regardless of ownership size? Or D, determined by the HOA board's discretion? The answer is B, based on the proportion of ownership interest. Voting rights are usually allocated based on the proportion of ownership interest each unit owner has, as specified in the condominium declaration or bylaws. What document outlines the responsibilities and restrictions of condominium unit owners in Texas? Is it A, homeowner's insurance policy? B, property tax assessment? C, local zoning ordinance? Or D, condominium declaration? The answer is D, condominium declaration. The condominium declaration, also known as the master deed, defines the rights, responsibilities, and restrictions for unit owners and the association. Environmental regulations and water rights. What is the primary purpose of Texas's riparian rights system in relation to property ownership? Is it A, to allow landowners to use water from adjacent watercourses? B, to ensure landowners have exclusive rights to all groundwater? C, to regulate property taxes based on water usage? Or D, to prohibit any water usage without state approval? The answer is A, to allow landowners to use water from adjacent watercourses. Riparian rights in Texas allow landowners whose property adjoins a watercourse to make reasonable use of the water. This system is essential for managing water resources and resolving disputes between landowners. Which agency is primarily responsible for enforcing environmental regulations related to land use in Texas? Is it A, Texas Department of Transportation? B, Texas Commission on Environmental Quality? C, Texas Real Estate Commission? Or D, Texas Department of Public Safety? The answer is B, Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality is the main agency enforcing environmental laws, including those related to air and water quality, waste management, and land use in Texas. How does the rule of capture affect groundwater rights in Texas? Is it A, limits groundwater use to domestic purposes only? B, requires state permits for all groundwater extraction? C, allows landowners to pump groundwater without liability? Or D, prohibits groundwater extraction near public water sources? The answer is C, allows landowners to pump groundwater without liability. The rule of capture allows landowners to pump and use groundwater beneath their property without liability to neighbors, unless waste or malicious harm is proven. This often leads to disputes over groundwater depletion. What is a key requirement for a landowner to establish a prescriptive easement in Texas? Is it A, written permission from the landowner? B, payment of property taxes on the easement area? C, use of the land for commercial purposes? Or D, continuous and adverse use for 10 years? The answer is D, continuous and adverse use for 10 years. To establish a prescriptive easement, the use must be continuous, open, notorious, and adverse for at least 10 years. This legal concept allows use of another's property without permission over time. What is the significance of a conservation easement in Texas land use? Is it A, it allows unrestricted development of the land? B, it restricts land use to protect conservation values? C, it requires state ownership of the land? Or D, it mandates public access to the land? The answer is B, it restricts land use to protect conservation values. A conservation easement is a voluntary agreement that limits land use to protect its conservation values, such as wildlife habitat or open space, while allowing the landowner to retain ownership and certain uses. Let's continue with Texas agency law and ethics. Agency relationship laws. Under Texas agency law, which of the following is a fiduciary duty owed by an agent to their client? Is it A, disclosure, B, loyalty, C, compensation, or D, advertising? The answer is B. Agents owe fiduciary duties to their clients, including loyalty, which requires prioritizing the client's interests above their own. This duty ensures the agent acts in the client's best interest. Which of the following scenarios best illustrates a breach of the duty of confidentiality under Texas agency law? Is it A, an agent discloses the property's defects to a buyer? B, an agent shares a client's financial status with a competitor? C, an agent reveals the client's reason for selling to a potential buyer? Or D, an agent discusses market trends with a client? The answer is C. An agent reveals the client's reason for selling to a potential buyer. Confidentiality requires agents to keep client information private unless authorized to disclose it. Sharing a client's financial details without permission breaches this duty. What is the principal's duty of indemnification in an agency relationship under Texas law? Is it A, to provide training to the agent? B, to disclose all material facts to the agent? C, to ensure the agent receives a commission? Or D, to cover expenses incurred by the agent? The answer is D, to cover expenses incurred by the agent. Indemnification means the principal must compensate the agent for liabilities incurred while acting on the principal's behalf, provided the agent acted within the scope of authority. In Texas, what is required for a valid agency disclosure? Is it A, written form, B, verbal agreement, C, implied consent, or D, oral presentation? The answer is A, written form. A valid agency disclosure must be in writing, informing parties about the agent's role and duties. This transparency helps prevent misunderstandings and ensures informed consent. What is the primary purpose of the Information About Brokerage Services form in Texas real estate transactions? Is it A, to finalize a real estate transaction, B, to inform consumers about brokerage services, C, to determine property value, or D, to verify agent credentials? The answer is B, to inform consumers about brokerage services. The IABS form educates consumers about the roles and duties of brokers, promoting informed decisions and transparency in real estate transactions.
Notice the code in the corner? When you're stumped by a question, enter it at birdsy.ai for immediate help. Enjoy complimentary study sessions and access to hundreds of additional questions to help you pass your exam with confidence.
Fiduciary duties and client representation. Which of the following is a primary fiduciary duty a Texas real estate agent owes to their client? Is it A, loyalty, B, profitability, C, efficiency, or D, independence? The answer is A, loyalty. Loyalty is a primary fiduciary duty requiring agents to prioritize their clients' interests above all else. This duty ensures that agents act in the best interest of their clients throughout the transaction. What is the duty of disclosure in Texas real estate agency law? Is it A, keeping client information confidential, B, informing clients of all material facts, C, maximizing clients' financial gain, or D, avoiding conflicts of interest? The answer is B, informing clients of all material facts. The duty of disclosure requires agents to inform clients of all material facts that could influence their decision-making. This duty is crucial for maintaining transparency and trust in the client-agent relationship. In the context of Texas agency law, what does the duty of accounting entail? Is it A, providing legal advice to clients, B, ensuring all transactions are profitable, C, accurately managing client funds, or D, maintaining client confidentiality? The answer is C, accurately managing client funds. The duty of accounting requires that agents accurately account for all funds and property received on behalf of their clients. This ensures financial transparency and protects client assets. How does the duty of obedience apply to Texas real estate agents? Is it A, providing expert market analysis, B, ensuring maximum exposure of property, C, negotiating the best price, or D, following lawful client instructions? The answer is D, following lawful client instructions. The duty of obedience requires agents to follow all lawful instructions from their clients. This duty ensures that agents act according to the client's wishes as long as they are legal and ethical. Which fiduciary duty is violated if a Texas agent uses confidential client information for personal gain? Is it A, confidentiality, B, loyalty, C, reasonable care, or D, disclosure? The answer is A, confidentiality. The duty of confidentiality is violated when an agent uses client information for personal gain. This duty protects client information from unauthorized use and maintains trust in the client-agent relationship. Texas Ethics Guidelines and Enforcement. What is the primary purpose of the Texas Real Estate Commission's enforcement of ethics guidelines? Is it A, to increase real estate transaction fees, B, to protect consumers and maintain public trust, C, to standardize property prices, or D, to promote real estate marketing? The answer is B, to protect consumers and maintain public trust. TREC enforces ethics guidelines to protect consumers and maintain public trust in the real estate industry by ensuring licensees adhere to legal and ethical standards. Which of the following actions could lead to disciplinary measures under Texas ethics guidelines? Is it A, accurately listing property features, B, promptly responding to client inquiries, C, providing market analysis reports, or D, misrepresenting property details? The answer is D, misrepresenting property details. Misrepresentation of property details is a violation of ethics guidelines and can lead to disciplinary action to ensure transparency and honesty in real estate transactions. How does the Texas Ethics Guidelines define fiduciary duty in real estate transactions? Is it A, acting in the best interest of the client, B, maximizing commission earnings, C, negotiating only with buyers, or D, disclosing all confidential information? The answer is A, acting in the best interest of the client. Fiduciary duty involves acting in the best interest of the client, maintaining loyalty, honesty, and confidentiality, which are core principles in real estate ethics. What is the consequence of a real estate agent failing to comply with TREC's ethics guidelines? Is it A, increased commission rates, B, automatic renewal of license, C, possible suspension or revocation of license, or D, mandatory client refunds? The answer is C, possible suspension or revocation of license. Noncompliance with TREC's ethics guidelines can lead to penalties such as fines, suspension, or revocation of the agent's license, ensuring adherence to ethical standards. Which action is considered unethical under Texas agency law and ethics? Is it A, providing fair market value analysis, B, acting as a dual agent without disclosure, C, disclosing known property defects, or D, negotiating terms with client approval? The answer is B, acting as a dual agent without disclosure. Dual agency without proper disclosure is unethical as it creates a conflict of interest, potentially compromising the agent's ability to represent each party's best interests. Now let's test your knowledge of Texas real estate financing. Mortgage loans and financing options. Which type of mortgage loan is specifically designed for borrowers with a limited down payment in Texas? Is it A, conventional loan, B, Federal Housing Administration FHA loan, C, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs VA loan, or D, jumbo loan? The answer is B, Federal Housing Administration FHA loan. FHA loans are popular for first-time homebuyers and those with limited down payments due to their lower down payment requirements and flexible credit score criteria. What is a key benefit of a fixed-rate mortgage in Texas? Is it A, stable monthly payments, B, lower initial interest rates, C, shorter loan terms, or D, easier qualification process? The answer is A, stable monthly payments. Fixed-rate mortgages offer stability with consistent monthly payments, protecting borrowers from interest rate fluctuations and aiding in long-term financial planning. What is the primary advantage of a VA loan for eligible Texas veterans? Is it A, lower interest rates for all borrowers, B, flexible repayment terms, C, no down payment required, or D, available to all Texas residents? The answer is C, no down payment required. VA loans provide eligible veterans with the advantage of purchasing homes with no down payment, making homeownership more accessible without the burden of saving for a down payment. How does an adjustable rate mortgage differ from a fixed rate mortgage in Texas? Is it A, it has a shorter repayment term, B, it requires a larger down payment, C, it offers government-backed security, or D, interest rates can change over time? The answer is D, interest rates can change over time. An ARM offers lower initial rates that adjust over time based on market conditions, unlike fixed-rate mortgages that maintain the same interest rate throughout the loan term. What is a significant feature of a USDA loan in rural areas of Texas? Is it A, higher interest rates, B, no down payment required, C, available only to veterans, or D, limited to urban areas? The answer is B, no down payment required. USDA loans offer 100% financing for eligible rural properties, allowing buyers to purchase homes without a down payment, promoting homeownership in less populated areas. Loan applications and approval processes. What is the primary purpose of the loan estimate form in the Texas loan application process? Is it A, to determine the borrower's credit score, B, to provide borrowers with an overview of loan terms and costs, C, to finalize the loan approval process, or D, to collect personal information from the borrower? The answer is B, to provide borrowers with an overview of loan terms and costs. The loan estimate form provides borrowers with important details about their loan, including estimated interest rates, monthly payments, and closing costs, helping them understand and compare loan offers. Which factor is most critical in determining a borrower's eligibility during the loan approval process in Texas? Is it A, the borrower's age, B, the borrower's employment history, C, the borrower's debt-to-income ratio, or D, the borrower's marital status? The answer is C, the borrower's debt-to-income ratio. A borrower's debt-to-income ratio is crucial as it measures their ability to manage monthly payments and repay debts, directly affecting loan approval chances. In Texas, what role does the appraisal play in the loan approval process? Is it A, it assesses the property's market value to support the loan amount, B, it verifies the borrower's income information, C, it checks the borrower's credit history, or D, it determines the interest rate for the loan? The answer is A, it assesses the property's market value to support the loan amount. The appraisal determines the property's market value, ensuring it supports the loan amount requested by the borrower, which is vital for the lender's risk assessment. What is the significance of the Truth in Lending Act in Texas loan applications? Is it A, it sets minimum interest rates for loans? B, it determines the borrower's creditworthiness? C, it regulates the appraisal process? Or D, it mandates clear disclosure of credit terms to borrowers? The answer is D. It mandates clear disclosure of credit terms to borrowers. TILA ensures borrowers receive clear and accurate information about the cost of credit, enhancing transparency and allowing for more informed financial decisions. Which document is essential for a borrower to receive at closing in Texas to ensure they understand their mortgage terms? Is it A, the loan estimate, B, the closing disclosure, C, the appraisal report, or D, the credit report? The answer is B, the closing disclosure. The closing disclosure is crucial as it provides final details about the loan, including terms, monthly payments, and fees, ensuring the borrower understands the mortgage agreement. Texas mortgage disclosure requirements. What is the primary purpose of the Texas mortgage disclosure requirements? Is it A, to ensure borrowers are informed about mortgage terms? B, to streamline the mortgage approval process? C, to reduce the number of documents in a mortgage transaction? Or D, to increase lender profitability? The answer is A, to ensure borrowers are informed about mortgage terms. The Texas mortgage disclosure requirements aim to ensure that borrowers are fully informed about the terms of their mortgage, promoting transparency and protecting consumers from predatory lending practices. Which document is required to be provided to borrowers under Texas mortgage disclosure requirements? Is it A, closing disclosure, B, loan estimate, C, promissory note, or D, mortgage deed? The answer is B, loan estimate. The loan estimate is a key document that must be provided to borrowers, outlining important details about the loan, including interest rates, monthly payments, and closing costs. How soon must the loan estimate be provided to a borrower after receiving a mortgage application? Is it A, within 1 business day, B, within 2 business days, C, within 3 business days, or D, within 5 business days? The answer is C, within 3 business days. The loan estimate must be delivered or placed in the mail no later than 3 business days after receiving a mortgage application, ensuring timely disclosure of loan terms to the borrower. What is the consequence if a lender fails to provide the required disclosures under Texas mortgage disclosure requirements? Is it A, the borrower must reapply for the loan, B, the loan is automatically approved, C, the loan is automatically denied, or D, the lender faces legal penalties? The answer is D, the lender faces legal penalties. Failure to provide the required disclosures can result in legal penalties for the lender, including fines and possible liability for damages, emphasizing the importance of compliance. Which of the following is a key feature of the closing disclosure under Texas mortgage disclosure requirements? Is it A, it provides a summary of the borrower's credit score, B, it details all costs and expenses of the mortgage, C, it includes a checklist for home maintenance, or D, it outlines the property appraisal value? The answer is B, it details all costs and expenses of the mortgage. The closing disclosure provides a detailed breakdown of all costs and expenses associated with the mortgage, ensuring that borrowers understand the financial obligations before closing.
Don't forget to comment below with your tips, challenges, and thoughts on exam preparation. Your experiences can make a big difference for others.
Texas oil and mineral rights. What is the primary legal document that governs the transfer of oil and mineral rights in Texas? Is it A, mineral deed, B, lease agreement, C, warranty deed, or D, easement? The answer is A, mineral deed. In Texas, the primary legal document for transferring oil and mineral rights is the mineral deed. This document specifies the ownership and rights to extract minerals from the land. Who typically holds the executive rights in a mineral rights transaction in Texas? Is it A, mineral rights owner, B, surface owner, C, state government, or D, oil company? The answer is A, mineral rights owner. In Texas, the executive rights are typically held by the mineral rights owner, who has the authority to negotiate and execute oil and gas leases. What is the primary purpose of a pooling agreement in Texas oil and gas law? Is it A, to increase land value, B, to ensure environmental protection, C, to combine mineral interests for extraction, or D, to transfer ownership rights? The answer is C, to combine mineral interests for extraction. Pooling agreements allow multiple landowners to combine their mineral resources for efficient extraction, ensuring fair compensation and reducing redundant drilling operations. What is the significance of the rule of capture in Texas oil and gas law? Is it A, limits drilling operations, B, allows extraction without liability, C, protects surface rights, or D, mandates fair compensation? The answer is B, allows extraction without liability. The rule of capture allows landowners to extract oil and gas beneath their land without liability for draining from adjacent properties, promoting efficient resource extraction. Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. What is the primary function of the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs? Is it A, regulate private real estate transactions, B, provide loans to private businesses, C, administer affordable housing programs, or D, oversee the Texas real estate licensing process? The answer is C, administer affordable housing programs. The TDHCA's primary function is to provide affordable housing and community services to low-income Texans. It administers programs related to housing development, rental assistance, and energy assistance. Which of the following programs is managed by the TDHCA to assist low-income Texans with energy costs? Is it A, Texas Homeowner Assistance Fund, B, Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program, C, Rental Assistance Program, or D, Housing Tax Credit Program? The answer is B, Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program. The Comprehensive Energy Assistance Program is managed by TDHCA to help low-income Texans cover their energy costs, promoting energy efficiency and reducing energy burden. How does the TDHCA support the development of affordable rental housing in Texas? Is it A, by allocating federal tax credits, B, by providing direct grants to tenants, C, by purchasing properties for public housing, or D, by regulating rental prices? The answer is A, by allocating federal tax credits. TDHCA supports affordable rental housing through the Housing Tax Credit Program, which allocates federal tax credits to developers who create affordable rental housing options. What is a key eligibility requirement for a household to receive assistance from the TDHCA's Rental Assistance Program? Is it A, being a first-time renter, B, owning a property in Texas, C, having a credit score above 700, or D, meeting income eligibility criteria? The answer is D, meeting income eligibility criteria. Households must typically meet income eligibility criteria, which are often set at or below a certain percentage of the area median income to qualify for rental assistance. Moving on to the final section, Texas disclosure requirements and forms. Texas-specific disclosure requirements. What is the primary purpose of the seller's disclosure notice in Texas real estate transactions? Is it A, to provide a marketing advantage to the seller, B, to disclose known material defects of the property, C, to guarantee the property's value, or D, to fulfill federal disclosure requirements? The answer is B, to disclose known material defects of the property. The seller's disclosure notice is designed to inform potential buyers of any known material defects or issues with the property, ensuring transparency and allowing buyers to make informed decisions. Which form is used in Texas to disclose the presence of lead-based paint in properties built before 1978? Is it A, seller's disclosure notice, B, property condition addendum, C, lead-based paint disclosure, or D, environmental hazard disclosure? The answer is C, lead-based paint disclosure. Federal law requires the use of the lead-based paint disclosure form for properties built before 1978 to inform buyers or renters about potential lead exposure risks. Which party is responsible for completing the Texas seller's disclosure notice? Is it A, the seller, B, the buyer, C, the real estate agent, or D, the home inspector? The answer is A, the seller. The seller is responsible for completing the disclosure notice, as they are expected to provide accurate information about the property's condition based on their knowledge. In Texas, when must the seller's disclosure notice be provided to a prospective buyer? Is it A, after the closing of the sale, B, after the buyer's inspection, C, at the time of loan approval, or D, before signing the purchase agreement? The answer is D, before signing the purchase agreement. The seller's disclosure notice should be provided before the buyer signs a purchase agreement to ensure they are fully informed about the property's condition. What is the consequence if a seller in Texas fails to provide the seller's disclosure notice? Is it A, the buyer must proceed without any disclosures, B, the buyer may have grounds to rescind the contract, C, the seller automatically wins any disputes, or D, the transaction is automatically void? The answer is B, the buyer may have grounds to rescind the contract. Failure to provide the disclosure can lead to legal consequences, including potential rescission of the contract by the buyer or financial penalties to the seller. Commonly used Texas forms. What is the primary purpose of the Texas seller's disclosure notice? Is it A, to provide a marketing advantage for sellers, B, to inform buyers of known material defects in the property, C, to guarantee the property is free of defects, or D, to appraise the property value? The answer is B, to inform buyers of known material defects in the property. The Texas seller's disclosure notice is designed to inform potential buyers of any known material defects or issues with the property, ensuring transparency and reducing the risk of future disputes. Which form is commonly used in Texas to disclose the presence of lead-based paint? Is it A, lead-based paint disclosure, B, seller's disclosure notice, C, property condition addendum, or D, environmental assessment addendum? The answer is A, lead-based paint disclosure. The lead-based paint disclosure form is used to inform buyers about potential lead-based paint hazards in homes built before 1978, as required by federal law. Which document is required by Texas law to be provided to a buyer when a home is located in a municipal utility district? Is it A, homeowners association disclosure, B, seller's disclosure notice, C, MUD disclosure notice, or D, environmental disclosure notice? The answer is C, MUD disclosure notice. The Texas Property Code mandates that sellers provide a MUD disclosure notice to inform buyers about the financial obligations and services provided by the municipal utility district. What is the purpose of the Texas Notice of Termination of Contract? Is it A, to finalize the sale of a property, B, to negotiate a new contract price, C, to disclose property defects, or D, to formally end a real estate contract? The answer is D, to formally end a real estate contract. The Notice of Termination of Contract allows a party to formally end a real estate contract under certain conditions, such as failure to meet contingencies, ensuring legal clarity and resolution. When must the Texas Information About Brokerage Services form be provided to a client? Is it A, after the contract is signed, B, at the first substantive communication, C, during the property inspection, or D, when the property is listed? The answer is B, at the first substantive communication. The Texas Information About Brokerage Services form must be provided at the first substantive communication with a client to ensure they understand the brokerage relationship and services offered. Specific procedures for transactions. What is the primary purpose of the seller's disclosure notice in Texas real estate transactions? Is it A, to secure the seller's financing options, B, to negotiate the agent's commission, C, to inform buyers of property condition, or D, to finalize the closing date? The answer is C, to inform buyers of property condition. The seller's disclosure notice is designed to inform potential buyers about the condition of the property, including any known defects or issues. This transparency helps buyers make informed decisions. Which form is required to disclose a property's lead-based paint hazards in Texas? Is it A, seller's disclosure notice, B, lead-based paint disclosure, C, property condition report, or D, environmental hazard addendum? The answer is B, lead-based paint disclosure. The lead-based paint disclosure form is mandatory for properties built before 1978, ensuring buyers are aware of potential lead hazards and related risks. In Texas, what is the main consequence for a seller failing to provide the required disclosure forms? Is it A, contract termination by the buyer, B, increased property taxes, C, reduction in agent commission, or D, change in property zoning? The answer is A, contract termination by the buyer. Failure to provide required disclosures can lead to contract termination by the buyer or potential legal action for misrepresentation, impacting the transaction's validity. Which Texas disclosure form is specifically used for properties under homeowners association governance? Is it A, mineral rights addendum, B, seller's disclosure notice, C, property condition report, or D, homeowners association addendum? The answer is D, homeowners association addendum. The HOA addendum provides buyers with information about the association's rules, fees, and restrictions, which is crucial for understanding property governance and obligations. What is the required time frame for a seller to provide the seller's disclosure notice to a buyer in Texas? Is it A, immediately upon listing the property, B, before the contract is signed, C, after the inspection period, or D, at the closing date? The answer is B, before the contract is signed. Texas law requires the seller's disclosure notice to be provided to the buyer before the contract is signed or within a specified period, usually within 7 days of contract execution.
Thanks for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to our channel for more practice exams, tips, and tricks. And don't forget to visit Birdsy.ai for complimentary study sessions with Birdsy, your AI-powered study partner.